There's a phenomenon that arises every year when the NFL playoffs start. It's like the storylines write themselves. History seems to embed itself in the present.
Touchdown, Tyreek Hill.
Picks the ball to Franco. Harris takes it in for 6.
With playmakers and sideline icons. Natural fits for starring roles. Tonight, each side offers no shortage of narrative. A modern-day titan making a last stand, staring ahead at a long road and long odds.
We're double-digit underdogs. Let's just go play and have fun and see what happens.
The first step would be to cut short a budding dynasty and a superstar who's found a path this season through struggle and now has his eyes set on reaching an improbable 3rd straight Super Bowl. They each can envision their story as the one that'll be told triumphantly. One game, one quarter, one play at a time. Survive and advance on Sunday night.
It's game time at 34 degrees tonight in Kansas City, and as always, a crowd of 76,000 ready to rock and roll at Arrowhead Stadium as their Kansas City Chiefs come out for pregame intros. Then, of course, live Patrick Mahomes, and all set to take on Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers in this AFC wild card playoff game. Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth and Michelle DeCoya. When the Chiefs came stumbling out of the gate, there were 3 or 4 people who were saying, what's wrong with those guys? They come down the stretch winning 9 of their last 10 games. They're the number 2 seed in the AFC. Sights clearly set on getting to the Super Bowl for a 3rd consecutive season. For Pittsburgh, they come as the lowest seed in the AFC. Number 7, this team to get to a Super Bowl would have to win 3 road playoff games. They did that in 2005 in Ben Roethlisberger's 2nd season. He's concluding his 18th tonight. Meanwhile, they come in as big underdogs. And Chris, they were here. The Steelers were 3 weeks ago. They got shellacked 36-10. So that game plan is in the dumpster out in the parking lot. What's tonight's blueprint for Pittsburgh?
I think you're right. But really 2 key guys out here tonight. T.J. Watt, who's the NFL sack leader. He was a non-factor in that first game because of a rib injury, and he's going up against a backup tonight in Andrew Wiley. And then, of course, Ben Roethlisberger going to have to play his best game of the season to pull off this upset, but he does get his Juju back, Juju Smith-Schuster, back in action.
Could be big. Meanwhile, KC wins 9 of their last 10, but they don't appear to be as dominant as they've been the past couple of years. How do you see it?
You know, I think the Chiefs have come a long way this season. I really do. Patrick Mahomes has learned a new way to win, much more patient with all that shell coverage that he was seeing out there. And the Kansas City defense early in the year was the worst in all of football, and now they're absolutely one of the best. But remember, the Pittsburgh Steelers got embarrassed in here just a few weeks ago. They're going to be ready to play tonight.
Pittsburgh wins tonight. They're in Tennessee next week. KC wins tonight. They host Buffalo here next week. Let's get the answers next on NBC.
NBC's Wild Card Playoff is brought to you by Progressive. Save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. And by Hyundai. Seeing the game like never before with the Walmart Plus 4K Skycam. Get more out of game day with Walmart Plus. A membership with free same-day delivery and no extra fees.
I'm Terry Crews, Team USA superfan. When I think about power, I think about Nathan Chen. Because every time he does one of these, he's hit with forces 7 times his body weight. 945 pounds? That's 4 Terry Crewses. See? Power. The Winter Olympics, February 3rd on NBC and Peacock.
NBC Sports, home of Super Bowl 56, welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
just about set for action at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. First, let's go downstairs and check in with Michelle.
Well, Al, when these teams met here in Week 16, the Steelers got trounced 36-10. So what kind of a difference can 3 weeks make? Well, I asked Mike Tomlin, what adjustments are essential for a better outcome tonight?
Quite simply, we got to play better. We got a lot of respect for Mahomes and his talents and the weaponry that they have, but it's about us, our level of communication, our level of detail, fundamental things like leverage and keeping a lid on it. We focused all week on the things that we do and less about what they're capable of.
What will your final message be to your team before you send them out here?
Don't blink. If you're a blinker, cut your eyelids off. You know, this is not going to be for the faint of heart. We understand what type of game we're in. It's going to take a ridiculous effort in 60 minutes of it, and we're excited about it.
Well, the Steelers are also excited about the return of wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster, who missed the last 12 games after surgery to repair a dislocated shoulder he suffered in Week 5. Now, Ben Roethlisberger told us Juju won't necessarily play a lot of snaps, but his presence, his energy, his leadership, and his value as a decoy on third down and in the red zone are a big boost for this offense, Al.
Michelle, nobody puts it the way Mike Tomlin does. That was beautiful. Priest Holmes, who was undrafted coming out of college, running back here for 7 years, had some sensational years. He gets to bang the drum. A tradition here at Arrowhead to get things started. Pittsburgh won the toss, and they have elected to receive. Most teams, as you know, defer probably 90% of the time, but the Steelers want the ball to get things started. They have gotten off to very slow starts this season. It would behoove them, obviously, to get something going early in the first quarter tonight. And away we go in the final game of this wild card Sunday, with Pittsburgh starting at the 25-yard line. And let's take a look at their offense.
Ben Roethlisberger, Miami University. Najee Harris, Alabama. Deontay Johnson, Toledo. Chase Claypool, Notre Dame. Pat Fryermuth, Penn State. Zach Gentry, Michigan. Dan Moore Jr., Texas A&M. John McGrew, Tulane. J.C. Hassenauer, Alabama. Trey Turner, LSU. Shoots Okorafor, Western Michigan. Melvin Ingram, Richmond County. Chris Jones, Houston High School. Jaron Reed, Alabama. Frank Clark, Michigan. Nick Bolton, Missouri. Anthony Hitchens, Iowa. Willie Gay Jr., Starkville High School. Tarvarius Mooney Man Ward, Macomb, Mississippi. Tyron Matthew, LSU. Daniel Sorensen, BYU.
Jerry Sneed, Louisiana Tech.
Patrick Mahomes II, Texas Tech University.
Darrell Williams, LSU.
Tyreek Hill, Pearson Community Technical College. McCole Hartman, Georgia. Travis Kelce, Cleveland Heights, Ohio. Blake Bell, Oklahoma. Orlando Brown, Oklahoma. Joe Tooney, NC State. Creed Humphrey, Oklahoma. Troy Smith, Tennessee. Andrew Wiley, Eastern Michigan.
And then Chris Wormley, University of Michigan. Montrevious Adams, Auburn. Cam Hayward, The Ohio State.
TJ Watt, Wisconsin. Devin Bush, Flanagan High School. Robert Spillane, Western Michigan.
Alex Highsmith, Charlotte.
Joe Hayden, Florida. Terrell Edmonds, Danville, Virginia. Mick Fitzpatrick, Alabama. Cam Sutton, Tennessee.